Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Brian Stone of Clinical Diversity Solutions. Clinical trials are a necessary part of how we develop new medical treatments and new devices. Unfortunately, African Americans are underrepresented in almost every trial, especially in diseases that disproportionately affect us. Consider the fact that the majority of our families have members who have diabetes, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, cancers of various varieties, including breast cancer, colon, and prostate, and yet the trials that are used to develop treatments for these diseases don't have us in them, or at least don't have us at a representative sample. Most of the diseases that affect African Americans, including diabetes, hypertension, congestive heart failure, and most cancers, have us underrepresented in most of the trials that are involved in determining the effectiveness of treatments that we really need. I've been in medicine since 1985, and consistently since that time, you see improvements in survival and reduction in incidence of diseases for white people and Hispanics. And yet African Americans remain at the bottom as far as survival rates and at the top as far as death rates for most of these diseases. I think it's imperative that African Americans participate in clinical trials. And the only way we can figure out how to properly create the right scenario is we have to gather information. And there is a questionnaire that has been developed by Clinical Diversity Solutions to try and determine the attitudes and the conditions under which African Americans would participate in medical research. Speaking for myself, the most important thing that would make me comfortable in participating in a clinical trial or allowing a family member of mine to participate in a clinical trial is knowing that the researcher is of African descent, that the information is going to be reviewed by a team that includes physicians and researchers of African descent, and knowing that the information is going to be secured in a situation where African Americans are involved. Most importantly is knowing that the institutional review board that has approved the clinical trial was composed of a diverse membership of African Americans and other minorities. These institutional review boards have been put together to ensure that clinical research is ethical and doesn't violate the rights of those who participate. So it is my hope that you will participate in our survey and provide us the information that we need in order to create a scenario in which African Americans can feel safe and participate in clinical research. In conclusion, this is Dr. Brian Stone, the founder of Clinical Diversity Solutions, and it is my hope that you will participate in the survey that we have developed to help us develop a protocol for our participation in clinical trials. We know that your trust is important, and our safety and the safety of our families is even more important. But it is necessary for us to participate in medical research to improve our survival rates and reduce the deaths of our family members. Thank you.